The power is out, and I'm not talking just your house or even your block. I mean everything. The comforting hum of the refrigerator? Gone. The familiar glow of the streetlights? Vanished. That little buzz of your phone letting you know the world's still spinning? Silent. The entire power grid officially dead. Now here's where things get interesting and a little grim. Most people won't even realize they're on the brink of disaster until about day 3. That's when the water stops flowing. Toilets start backing up in a disgusting display of civilizational collapse. And the grocery stores? They'll be picked completely clean, like a carcass in the desert after the vultures have had their fill. Even your neighbor, that friendly guy who always waved, might start eyeing your pantry like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. You've got roughly 7 days to figure out if you're the type of person who's going to make it through this mess, or if you're destined to become a cautionary tale whispered around a flickering trash fire. But hey, no pressure. We're in this together. Grab a notebook if you want, or don't. You'll remember this part regardless. Day 1 is all about denial. Everyone stubbornly clings to the belief that the power will be back on any minute now. They couldn't be more wrong. A complete and total blackout means absolutely no water pumps, no functioning sewage systems, no gas stations pumping fuel, and no refrigeration to keep food from rotting. Your food supply is slowly dying, your city is dying, you just can't smell the decay yet. Step 1 is simple. Stop panicking. Seriously, just take a deep breath and start moving. Find every container you can and fill it with water. I'm talking the bathtub, cooking pots, buckets, even that bizarre vase your aunt gave you that you never knew what to do with. If it can hold liquid, it's now a precious water reservoir. You've got about 12 hours before the municipal water pressure drops to absolutely zero. After that, your taps are just decorative pieces of metal, and absolutely don't trust whatever might be left sitting in those pipes after day 2. Stagnant water is a breeding ground for bacteria, and they multiply faster than conspiracy theories on the internet. Boil everything, I mean everything. No exceptions. Not for your morning coffee, and definitely not for brushing your teeth. Step 2, take stock of your food supply like you're a doomsday accountant. Forget about gourmet meals. You're eating for calories now, for pure fuel to keep your body going. That pint of ice cream in the freezer? Forget about it. You can make a soup. Prioritize anything that's going to spoil the fastest. Dairy products, meat, fresh produce, cook it all up while you still can. Your gas stove should still work for a while. A charcoal grill is a perfectly acceptable alternative. Heck, a fire in your backyard works just fine too. You're not hosting a fancy dinner party. You're simply trying to avoid starving to death by Thursday. Canned goods, dried pasta, rice, beans. These are your new best friends. Treat them with respect and ration them carefully. 7 days might not seem like a long time, but it feels like an eternity when you're burning 3,000 calories a day just from the stress and the constant low-grade terror. Step 3 is all about light, but you have to be smart about it. Candles are nice and cozy until you wake up in the middle of the night with your bed in flames. Use flashlights sparingly. Batteries are now a valuable form of currency. If you can, get your hands on a hand crank flashlight, or even better, make one yourself. Strip a small DC motor from an old toy. Attach a handle to it. Wire it up to an LED. Spin the handle. Voila, you have light. Physics doesn't care if the world just ended. And this is arguably the most crucial part of day 1. Do not advertise that you're prepared. No lights blazing at night, no music playing. In a blackout situation, the house with the lights on is going to attract unwanted attention, and not from carolers. Day 2, the realization phase. Toilets aren't flushing anymore. The smell is starting to get noticeable. Your cell phone is now just a useless brick. The streets are quieter than usual, but it's a disturbing kind of quiet, like the silence you hear right before a dog starts to growl. Step 4 is all about sanitation. This is how you avoid dying of dysentery like it's 1850 all over again. No running water means no functioning sewage system, and that means disease is going to spread rapidly. You need to create a latrine. Dig a hole at least 200 feet away from any potential water source. It should be at least 2 feet deep. Use it for its intended purpose, and cover it up with dirt after every single use. This isn't optional. This is the difference between being a survivor and becoming a grim statistic. And forget about toilet paper. Use leaves, cloth scraps, old newspapers, anything you can find. But please, for the love of all that is holy, wash your hands afterward. Ash from a fire can actually work as a decent substitute for soap. It'll help kill the bacteria. It's all about trade-offs. Step 5. Water, round 2. You're probably already running low on your initial supply. Rainwater is your best bet at this point. Set out tarps, trash bags, anything you can find to catch as much as possible. Funnel it into your containers, boil it thoroughly, and then filter it through layers of sand, gravel, and charcoal packed into a bottle. What if it's not raining? Dig a solar still. All you need is a hole in the ground, a container placed in the center, and a plastic sheet stretched over the top with a small rock in the middle to create a dip. The sun will evaporate moisture from the soil. It will then condense on the plastic sheet and drip down into your container. It's a slow and tedious process, but it works. Or if you're lucky, find a stream, or even a puddle. Boil it, filter it, and then boil it again just to be safe. Assume that everything is contaminated because, in all likelihood, it is. Step 6 is all about heat. If it's wintertime, your house is now basically a giant freezer. No furnace, no electric blankets to keep you warm. Seal off one room, preferably the smallest one in the house. Hang insulated blankets over the windows and stuff towels under the doors to block drafts. If you absolutely must have a fire indoors, be extremely careful. Carbon monoxide will kill you silently and efficiently, even faster than the cold. Crack a window for ventilation. Use a metal trash can as a makeshift stove. Burn wood and absolutely avoid burning plastic. Don't have a fireplace? A terracotta pot placed over a few lit candles can radiate a surprising amount of heat. It's not much, but it can be enough to keep your core temperature stable, which is crucial for preventing you from making incredibly stupid decisions, which is exactly what happens when your brain starts to freeze. The first 3 days of a blackout are what determine who makes it to day 4, and the next 4 days determine who gets to see the sunrise on day 8. The choice of which group you're going to be in is being made right now. Don't become a cautionary tale. Let's move on to the next phase. Days 4 and 5, otherwise known as the chaos phase, where other people become the biggest threat. This is where things really start to get weird. Stores have been looted and ransacked. Some neighborhoods have managed to organize and maintain order. Others have descended into a Lord of the Flies situation, only with slightly better dental hygiene. You're probably hearing rumors flying around. The power is supposedly coming back on any minute now. The government is sending help. The military is on its way. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. Step 7, security. Because your neighbor isn't waving hello anymore. Lock all your doors, board up your windows if you can, and most importantly, make your house look poor, empty, and boring. The house that looks abandoned is far less likely to be broken into than the one that appears to be well stocked. Set up noise traps around your property, cans hanging on a string, gravel scattered under windows, anything that will alert you to movement. If you're not alone, sleep in shifts so that someone is always awake and on guard. Stay away from windows. And above all, stay quiet. And if you absolutely have to defend yourself, improvise. A baseball bat, a kitchen knife, even a can of wasp spray, which can shoot up to 20 feet and cause temporary blindness on contact, can be surprisingly effective. I'm not saying you'll definitely need them, but you'll definitely regret not having them if the situation arises. Step 8, communication, or how to find out if there's still anyone else out there in the world. Your cell phone is useless. The internet is completely gone. But radio waves don't need a functioning power grid to propagate. A battery-powered AM/FM radio is your lifeline. Listen for emergency broadcasts, news updates, anything that proves that someone, somewhere is still trying to maintain order. Don't have a radio? Build one yourself. A crystal radio can be made with just a coil of wire, a diode scavenged from an old circuit board, an earphone, and a long antenna wire. It doesn't require any external power source. It pulls energy directly from the radio waves themselves. Tune it and listen carefully. The signals might be faint and distorted, but they're there. You're not alone. Or, even worse, maybe you are. Step 9. Food. Round 2. Because you've probably already run out of canned peaches and other non-essentials. You've eaten everything that was likely to spoil quickly. Now you're down to rationing a single meal a day, maybe 2 if you're incredibly lucky. Your body is already starting to adapt. Ketosis will kick in, and your body will start burning fat for energy. You'll probably experience a strange fog in your head that makes everything feel slow and hyper-aware at the same time. Hunt if you can, trap if you can't. A snare is simply a loop of wire anchored to a tree. Set it along a game trail and check it daily. You might catch squirrels, rabbits, or other small animals. Cook everything thoroughly. Parasites don't care about your survival story. Forage for edible plants, dandelions, acorns, cattails. Learn what's safe to eat, and more importantly, learn what will kill you. There's absolutely no margin for error here. Fish if you can find water. A hook can be made from a bent pin. A line can be made from any strong string. And bait, well, bait can be just about anything. Worms, insects, or pure desperation. Day 6 and 7, the endurance phase. Or maybe it's just that you're built different. You've made it a full week. Most people haven't. Some gave up, some got sick. Some made bad decisions in the dark and paid the ultimate price. But you're still here, tired, dirty, hungry, but still alive. Step 10, routine. Because your mind will break down long before your body does, you need to establish a structure to your day. Wake up at the same time every day, eat at the same time, go to sleep at the same time. It might sound stupid and pointless when you're living in a post-collapse scenario, but routine is what keeps you grounded. It's what prevents you from staring blankly at the wall for 6 hours straight, wondering if any of this even matters. It does matter. You matter. Your survival matters. Step 11, hope, but the practical kind. The power might come back on eventually, but it also might not. Plan for both possibilities. Keep rationing your food. Keep filtering your water. Keep the fire burning. Keep listening to the radio. And if the power doesn't come back, if this is the new normal, then you adapt. You learn. You survive, because that's what humans do. We're not the fastest. We're not the strongest. But we're the ones who can figure things out. We're the ones who can make fire from sticks and turn trash into tools. We're the ones who can look at the end of the world and say, okay, what's next? The thing about a blackout is that it's not the darkness itself that kills you. It's the dehydration, the disease, the hypothermia, the poor decisions made in a state of panic. But if you understand the basic principles, water, food, heat, security, you can turn chaos into a series of manageable variables. Boiling water kills pathogens. Fire creates heat. Calories create energy. Routine creates sanity. 7 days is both nothing and everything. It's the difference between being someone who survives and someone who's remembered as just another statistic. The power grid is dead. Your cell phone is bricked. Society is tearing apart at the seams. But you're still here. Congratulations. You survived. Now go out and do it again tomorrow.